In a world of partial commitments, God calls for total consecration. I have been crucified with Christ, says Paul. It is no longer I who live. Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. To not spare ourselves means to live with open hands, to surrender our rights, our reputation, our resources, and say, Lord, all is yours. The ancient world knew sacrifice as slaughter, but believers know sacrifice as surrender, a living, breathing holiness. The cross is our pattern of discipleship. Christ never deceived his followers with promises of ease. He said, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily. Notice the word daily, not once, not occasionally, but continually. Every sunrise brings a new invitation to die, to pride, to self-will, to comfort. The path of the master is the path of the servant. A servant is not greater than his master. John chapter 15, verse 20. And Paul confirms in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. All who desire to live godly in Christ Jesus will suffer persecution. Beloved, the cross is not a punishment. It is a privilege. It is not the end of joy. It is the door to resurrection. It is the door to resurrection life. We are not called to comfort, but to conformity, to be shaped into the image of the crucified one. 4. The reward of those who do not spare themselves. If we suffer with him, we shall also be glorified with him. Romans chapter 8, verse 17. If we endure, we shall also reign with him. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. The reward of surrender is not loss, it is life. Every earthly cost is seed for eternal glory. In Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17 declares, our light affliction, which is but for a moment, works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. When we refuse to spare ourselves, we reflect the heart of the God who spared not his son. When we pour out our lives, we join the melody of heaven's worship. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. The sacred exchange. God spared not his son. Christ spared not his life. Therefore, we must not spare ourselves. He died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and rose again. In Corinthians chapter 5, verse 15. Here is the sacred exchange of love.